Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about tech releases of the year, Intel's new budget graphics card, the Arc B580.
I mean, you see bold claims like this one from Digital Trends, and you can feel the hype. But here's the thing. The reviews are just deeply divided. Some are calling it the best budget card out there, while others say it's impossible to recommend.
For years, reviewers have described the budget GPU market as, and I quote, woefully underserved by the two giants, NVIDIA and AMD. So you've got gamers and PC builders just hungry for a new, affordable hero to come in and shake things up.
So, that's the big question, isn't it? Is the B580 the powerful, affordable champion that PC builders have been waiting for? Well, to figure that out, we have to start with what makes it look so darn good on paper.
So first, let's meet the challenger. The Arc B580 is Intel's big new swing at the graphics card market, and it's built on their brand new second-generation architecture, which is codenamed Battlemage.
The most disruptive feature, the one that really got everyone's attention, is the price. Just $249. That aggressively undercuts the main competition from NVIDIA and AMD, which are floating much closer to that $300 mark.
And it's not just the price. They paired it with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Now that number, that's a direct shot at the competition. Both the RTX 4060 and the RX 7600, they only offer 8 gigs, a spec that, let's be honest, is already starting to feel like a bottleneck in the newest games.
And you can really see the on-paper advantage when you put them side by side like this. For less money, the B580 gives you not just more VRAM, but a wider memory bus and way more bandwidth than its rivals. Seriously, on paper, it looks like an absolute steal.
Under the hood, this is all being powered by that new Battlemage architecture. Intel basically went back to the drawing board here to fix the biggest weakness of their first-gen cards, that inconsistent game performance. All these technical improvements were aimed squarely at that problem, promising better compatibility and efficiency right out of the gate.
Okay, so the specs look amazing, right? Well, this is where the story gets complicated, because when reviewers finally got their hands on this card, its real-world performance painted two completely different pictures. First, let's talk about the hype. In really demanding games like Cyberpunk 2077 at 1440p, multiple reviewers found the B5080 soundly beating the more expensive RTX 4060. We're talking about a leap of almost 20% here. This is the kind of result that gets people very excited.
And in other games, like Dying Light 2, that lead gets even bigger, a full 25% jump. It actually starts to challenge cards in the next price bracket up. This is the kind of performance that has reviewers calling it a budget king.
But then, there's the other side of the coin. This quote from PC Gamer, it just perfectly captures the deep frustration that some other reviewers felt. And boy, does it tell a different story.
And this right here is the core conflict. On one side, you have reviewers saying it blows past and soundly beats the competition. On the other side, PC Gamer just reported crashes, inconsistent, game won't run. It's almost like they were testing two completely different products.
And we're not talking about minor stutters here. PC Gamer documented complete system lockups in Cyberpunk that required a hard reset. Puget Systems saw repeated crashes in professional software like DaVinci Resolve, and one reviewer even noted that they needed multiple last-minute driver updates during their review just to get certain games to run properly.
Even in pro apps, where you'd really hope for more stability, the story was pretty much the same. Puget Systems called the B580 a mixed bag, with these moments of really impressive performance that were then completely offset by bugs and weird, unexpected performance drops.
So, how in the world do we make sense of all this? Is the B580 a champion, or is it a cautionary tale? Let's try to piece this all together for the final verdict.
When you look at all the reviews together, you see that about half of them praised its incredible value. But then you have this pretty big chunk, about 30%, that landed on it being a mixed bag with serious caveats. And then there's that vocal 20% who found it flat out impossible to recommend at launch because of how unstable it was. So really, what this all boils down to is a final trade-off. On one hand, you get that aggressive price, incredible performance per dollar, and that future-proof 12 gigs of VRAM. But on the other hand,
You're betting against driver instability, inconsistent performance, and what one reviewer called a lottery experience at launch.
And this leaves every potential buyer with one final, really provocative question. Intel has delivered a potential budget champion that, on its best day, punches way, way above its weight. But it comes with some serious baggage, so is that bargain really worth the bet?